Welcome everyone, this is Hossam Elwahsh from Team 1. I'll be briefly talking about the Moving Core version 2 project that we were working on. Our team members are Ahmed Hesham, Alaa Hisham, me, and Mohamed. You can quickly find some useful information under quick links, which you can find under the PR description or the README if the PR is approved. Okay, the project consists of using the TVC plugged on top of the Sprint skid to connect to some peripherals like the motor drivers. We're using 4 motors for each wheel for the car, 2 buttons, one to start and one to stop, and 4 LEDs to indicate the current state, whether okay, the car is moving in a rectangular shape, so each of these LEDs will indicate the current state. LED 1 for making the long side of the rectangle, LED 2 for the shorter side, LED 3 for stop, and LED 4 for rotating. You can also find this POC video where you can find the car in action, also a close-up for the LEDs, and testing the start and stop buttons. Okay, this one for the long side, rotation, short side, and stop. Okay. Moving forward to my role, I was responsible for the GBT driver, LED driver, delay driver, and also I was working with Alaa on the application driver as well as the testing the app and fixing some hardware issues and stuff like that. Okay, for the GBT driver and the LED driver, both were already implemented before, so they really didn't take any time. For the delay driver, we needed this one to abstract our usage with the general purpose timers. The delay driver uses channel 0 of the GBT driver to allow making blocking delays in various areas in our project, and didn't take much time, just an hour and a half. Okay, the application implementation wise, it was easy to do, but when we got to the hardware, we faced some issues, especially finding the appropriate PWM period, which we ended with 10 microsecond, which works really well with our DC motors. Okay, as well as the duration for the rotation. It's currently set to 500 milliseconds, but there will always be some give or take errors because the battery voltage is not really stable, and also the ground friction is not always the same. If we used a gyroscope or something, we could really make this much better, but using batteries, you can't really get a sharp 90 degrees rotation, but we made our best to finish this project. Okay. Worth noting that the requirements needed 3 seconds for the long side and 2 seconds for the short side. However, the place we were testing in wasn't that big enough to not to hit anything along the way, so in the video you'll find the long side is for 2 seconds and the short side is for just 1 second. However, we can change this easily through the application header files. Okay, that was it for the introduction, my role. I'll leave you now for my teammates to talk about their respective roles. And for the hardware testing, you can find this under the video link in here. Okay, thank you.
Hello, this is Alaa Hisham from Team 1. I'll be going over my role in this project. I was responsible for implementing the GPIO and PWM drivers, both of which were already implemented in the tasks before, so just overviewed them, maybe tweaked the PWM driver a bit. And then Hossam and I split the work on the application between the two of us, both of which done our respective parts, and then we went on to test it together on the hardware, which Hossam would be showcasing later in the video. Thank you.
Hello everyone, it's Ahmed Hesham from Team 1. I'm gonna talk about what I have worked on in project moving car using ARM. So I just developed and designed the CM driver, and it didn't take a lot of time because it was really developed and designed before when we were using it in the Atmega projects. So I just modified the GPIO's functions used by the driver and the new PWM APIs too. So that's it. Thank you.
Hello, this is Sarah from Team 1. This is the team backlog of myself. We all did the driver description and driver's documentation. It was expected from us to take 1 hour. It took 1 hour because we did it before. I did only the button driver in this documentation, and it was expected to take from me 1 hour, as I said, because I did before. It took 1 hour. Then, as it is written, we tested the project and everything is working.